Hey friends, it's Kurt from Transformative Journeys. I said I would try to get a video in while on this journey on these first few days up. I'm on my way up to British Columbia to see my sister. I'll be crossing the border probably in a couple hours. It is now Thursday afternoon, and I am on a road called Chukanut Drive, just south of Bellingham, Washington, and getting my mic cord stuck, sorry. And so it's story time. It's story time. This is a formative story in my motorcycle riding experience. So Chukanut Drive is this beautiful road that is set right on the edge of Puget Sound, just south of Bellingham. Gorgeous scenic road. I don't know if you can see that through the trees, the sound is down there behind me. Anyway, let's go back in time, probably a little more than 40 years. And I was up here, we were up here, actually, I was up here with my partner at the time, and I'm not sure exactly why we were here, to be here so early on a Sunday morning. I'm trying to remember, but 40-ish years ago was a long time ago. But we must have been up here visiting some friends in La Conner, and we went out for a ride early on Sunday morning, and we came out and we rode this road because this is a sort of a legendary racer road in Western Washington, and I wanted to try it out. So my partner slash, well, at that time we were married. My wife at that time and I were coming up here, and we were maintaining a reasonable pace. You couldn't really call it a sporting pace, but we were riding with vigor. Let's put it that way. We weren't exactly hanging around. On my old XS 650, the first motorcycle I ever brought, brand new, Yamaha XS 750. Anyway, so we're riding up here, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job. And coming along, I hear the sound of an inline four with like a 4-into-1, like a Kirker for those in the old days, coming up behind me, and not wasting any time. And no sooner than I realized that this bike is coming up behind me, then it's past me. Whoa. I mean, past me, as in like I had thrown out an anchor past me. And it was a very distinctive motorcycle because it was green and white. And so it was an original Eddie Lawson replica. So based on the KZ1000, and Eddie Lawson had won the AMA Superbike Championship on one. I'd seen him race, him and Freddie Spencer and Wes Cooley and the rest of them. And this rider came by me, and he did something, because I only kept him in sight for 2, maybe 3 turns at most before he was gone. And he did something in those turns that I'd only ever seen the likes of Eddie Lawson and Freddie Spencer and Wes Cooley and those guys do. And that is, every turn, as he was exiting the turn, smoke was coming off the back tire, and he was leaving big streaks on the surface of the pavement. And I was just astounded. I'd only ever seen racers do that on a racetrack, and here's a guy going by me on the street doing it. And I was absolutely gobsmacked. So we continued down the road. I mean, there was no point in even beginning to try to keep this guy in sight, because neither the equipment nor the operator were the equal of the rider I just seen. So we continue on going north, and we get to a place where there's a shoulder pull-off on the right-hand side of the road. And in that shoulder pull-off, I see that bike. And the rider's there, and he's got his helmet off. And it's clear who it is. So for those of you who know your motorcycle history, it was Steve Baker. For those of you who don't, look him up. So it was not the only time, but it was the first time I'd ever had my butt kicked by a world champion. So that was quite the experience on Chukanut Drive, and I just had to share that with you. I hope you're having a great day. I'll try to get you some updates later, and stay safe and go for a ride, man. Get out here. There's a lot to see. Talk to you soon.